All right, well, there's an acre of ground that I bought quite a while ago. It's right beside borders one of my rental houses. Been wondering for a while what I was ever going to do with it. Me and Dalton went up there and looked at it yesterday evening, and the place is a brushy ass mess. Need to get some dozer work done. Needs a lot of excavation and repair as far as just the ground. There was a fella there, owned it at one point, and he was putting in a pipe and a water line and stuff, and I think what his plan was, he was thinking like he was gonna put in camper sites right there, like where you can park 3 campers, rent out camper lots. Well, he left a ditch there, kind of cut right through the middle of the place, and there's a pipe laying in it. So anyway, we took a look at it, and need to get some dozer work done, but Dalton said the first thing we need to do is get a brush hog in there, cut a bunch of that filth out of there. So I didn't know when we was going to get around to even doing that, and it turns out it's going to be today. Dalton texted me last night, and he said, can you run over there to Tom's and get the brush cat? I thought, well, hell, I got a pistol, a pocket knife, and a flatbed Ford. I can go get whatever the hell you want. So I went over and got that. He's already dropped off the skid steer up there. We're going to cut this brush and clean it up, and I guess we'll see how that goes. I'll get some images of it the way it is now, and some images after we cut it. You'll be able to see what that fella did that messed it up, but we'll get the dirt moving equipment in there and get it straightened up and figure out what we're going to do with it. Dalton said I could build probably 2 or 3 houses there. 2 for sure. 3 possibly. And what we're pretty much going off of on that is just the septics. You know, how much room you got to put in a septic. And Dalton knows about that stuff, so that's what's crack-a-lacking. Here we go. That's my rental house right there. That's my old Ford right there. There's Tom's brush cat. You buy an acre of ground, I guess you get some free gravel. There's a pile of gravel they left here. We don't want it in here, not if we're going to be doing all this other work, so he's putting it in his tree fitty. That truck there dumps. We'll run that gravel back to my place and dump it at the shop. You can see kind of where that ditch is they made, and they put that pipe in there. 1/2-inch PEX water line down there, and there's supposed to be a water line already run under the road right here, because the meter barrel's over there, but we ain't found that line yet. I followed that 1/2-inch PEX line, and it's cut off. So got power service into here. Just got to put a meter on that. And there's a funny story about this. I've owned this place for years, and I replaced the HVAC unit. Watch that don't slide, because it was moving. I was afraid if you took that strap off, it was going to take off. There's another strap in there. You could strap it this way if you need to. Well, anyway, the funny story was, when that other guy owned this place, I replaced the HVAC in the rental house here, and it used to be electric, and I switched it to propane because there ain't no gas going through here. There's no gas lines to connect to. Well, I set that propane tank right there because this is a part of the yard that was always been mowed, and I don't know if the dude's right or not, but this guy told me, he said, he called and he said, hey, you set your propane tank on my property. At that time I said, well, I'll move it then. And he said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put my pipe in there and we'll see if it's in my way. Well, I contacted the guy a couple weeks after that, and what the guy said was, yeah, I got my pipe in there. That propane tank wasn't in the way. So he told me not to worry about it. But he said it was on his property, and that might be true because there's a power pole right here, and that might be the corner of that property. So it might be the other property from right here down to probably that power pole. This one has been added since this other guy was doing what he was doing here. Well, what that means is that I didn't own this property when I put that propane tank there, but later I bought this. So I own it now. Gonna take a couple loads to get that gravel out of there. There's more gravel there than I thought there was. That's gonna take a bunch of loads to get that out of here, ain't it?
4 or 5 probably.
I didn't expect there was that much gravel there.
Yeah, and that's all big clean stone too. That's probably nothing you're going to want to put on your lawn. So I would stack it in the corner where it's the least in the way, and then
that's where I was saying you don't like that stuff, but I was saying that's what I want in the lawn.
oh, if you want that, that's fine. Put it on there.
I think it takes longer to get wheat then.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got a bunch of that junk stone in there, and it's like water sits on it like concrete. I'm getting no benefit of that ditch I got in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump that on the old road bed though, where we can move it. I'm
Okay.
not gonna put it anywhere where we can use it. There's too much work that needs done in my place now.
Yeah. I got you.
Back there, that's the second skid steer of the day, because we had to go get a different skid steer because somebody got the first skid steer stuck.
We're stuck. Definitely.
that didn't work. Can't get that out of there with that, and I think the left track is off of that sumbitch. We're gonna have to go get the hoe. See that there? Now we got a fucking hoe. Because the skid steer that we got to get the skid steer out wouldn't get the skid steer out. And now the fucking skid steer that was stuck in the first place is more stuck than it was. And I'm pretty sure the goddamn left track's off of it. And he did it.
It's all me.
We got that out. Put the track back on. So that was fun. I wonder if we'll get anything done now. We spent more time getting shit unfuculated than what we spent mowing grass, cutting brush so far. Dalton's shiny ball fucking rattles too much. All that brush hogging's done. Dalton filled in a lot of that trench. Drug all that pipe out of there. He's thinking that PEX right there is connected to the water line that's supposed to already be ran under this road. I didn't think that PEX was hooked to it, but it may be. That's why he didn't fill in anymore right there. I'd like to see that entire trench right there filled in. Some of these trees are dead and need pushed down and burn up, but some of them are pretty nice. Just one that one right there is completely dead. We took that old stump out quite a while ago, years ago. Another stump there needs to go. It ain't a huge patch of dirt, but it's my dirt.